Billy got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down.
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face here on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I am one half of your host, Chris Rucker, along with my co-host, EJ Reed, whose camera just went fucking black.
Hey, it's the second time it's happened.
Yeah, it's on your end. I don't know why it went black, but there it is. Yeah, nothing changed on my side. Well, I guess
I can still see you.
Yeah, I guess. Can you see yourself in the Discord thing?
Yep.
Huh.
What'd you do to fix it last time?
I don't know. Anyway, welcome. Boot to the Face. EJ Reed, Chris Rucker. Here on YouTube live and all your favorite podcasting platforms to talk about the world of professional wrestling. EJ, how you been?
Huh? Another Tuesday, locked and loaded, ready to talk some professional wrestling.
You have a good weekend?
Just a bunch of busy work, nothing exciting. How about on your end?
Yeah. What did I do this past weekend? I celebrated all weekend because I got a promotion, so I was drunk the whole weekend.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, finally got a big boy job. Well, I've had a big boy job, but a big boy promotion. So we'll see how that goes. I got the title manager in my name now.
Nice. What's up? Did they call you directly, or they tell you to come to the office? How did that work?
I had the interview on Tuesday, and they said they would let us know by Friday, maybe as late as Monday. And I won't bore you with any of the details, but the topic of compensation came up in the interview. So they asked me to come by Thursday morning before I started work, and they wanted to make sure that the money was okay, because they didn't talk about how much money it was during the interview. Money just was a topic. It's like, if I'm gonna have more responsibility and I have to work more hours, I'm gonna need more money. And they laid out how much everything was, and they were like, we don't normally tell the person who's getting the job first. Normally we let the guys know that didn't get it, and then we tell that person. But we want to make sure you actually want it, because we knew money was a driving force, and not a driving force, but a part of it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I want that. They acted like I was asking to get rich or something. They told me how much it was. I was like, shit, I start now. But yeah, so took that, and that started this week. I'm kind of training and doing all that, and one day next week I'll be the main guy in charge of my territory, because the head manager will be out, so I'll have to fill in for him. But it's just, a little stepping stone, trying to get up higher into management, do less grunt work, and get paid more money to do less actual work. That's the goal, right?
That's the American dream right there. But that's what's up. They got you off on the ground and running. They didn't waste no time for you to start that new position.
Shit, no. Started Monday. Got a company vehicle. It ain't anything special, but I don't have to drive my truck to and from work anymore, so saving on gas, saving on wear and tear on my truck. When I'm out in the market, I can just fucking come straight home. I don't even have to go back by the warehouse anymore. You get a lot more freedom when you start moving up.
Moving on up, like George Jefferson. That's what's up. What you do to celebrate this promotion?
Friday we went out to this spot called Henry's Louisiana Grill, which is really good. We got shrimp and grits, and then I got like this chicken ooh la la, which is like a Louisiana flavor, and I can't remember what Tabitha got. And then we went to a bar down the road, and she drove, so I got drunk. And then, and then Saturday she went out with her girlfriends to a winery, so I just kind of chilled around, watching some football, drinking. Went out, got some food before
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I went and got some food and came home and got drunk while she was out, and that was the weekend.
I was gonna say, what kind of wineries they have in the Atlanta area? It seems like wineries are usually on like the outskirts of big cities.
Yeah, they had to go up to I mean, you don't really know the cities around here, but they had to go up to Milton and the Cumming area and went up there. But yeah, wineries, women in wineries, man. I've never been to one.
You've never been to a winery?
No, I don't really like wine.
I mean, even if you're not like a big wine fan, I think you should go just for the experience. Get to hold the wine glass and swivel it around like a snob. Take a little sniff and enjoy the finer things in life. I can do that with my glass
of water right now. It's same thing, same shit.
It don't hit the same. But yeah, just for the experience. I got to do when I was living in the Bay Area. I got to do like the Sonoma area. The wine country, Napa Valley.
Yeah, it's a real popular one.
Yeah, it's a popular one. And we did like a whole like party bus around the whole Napa Valley areas, and that was dope. You have to taste all these expensive wines, and yeah, they got a little winery not too far outside of Columbia. It's like a 20 minutes out of Columbia, Missouri, and that's a nice little one. They get to do like little flights, the flight of wine. Yeah, and I recommend, even though you're not a wine person, I recommend you try it out one day just to say you did it.
I'm more of a flight of whiskey guy.
Done that too.
Well, you ever had a flight of Bloody Marys?
Hell, damn well I don't like no damn Bloody Mary.
Tabitha got that when we went to Denver last year, and it was like one was gin, one was vodka, one was tequila. Like, they were all different Bloody Marys and then all the food that came in, I kind of went with whatever the theme was for it. Like, tequila one had, I don't know, fucking other shit in it. There's one with like bacon. There's one with jalapeno. It was pretty good.
Light of vomit tasting like drinks. No, thank you.
That's not very nice. Let's jump right into it, EJ. We got a lot of wrestling to cover.
Yeah, that's always something going on in the wrestling world, so I guess let's get into it.
We could start with Friday night. TNA had a pay-per-view. What was it, a pay-per-view, or was it just like a special event?
Yeah, they have like these, like they only have I think they only have like 4 or 5 quote-unquote pay-per-views, but then they'll do these monthly, they got the apps, this monthly specials that they call through the TNA Plus specials. And I think that's what this was, the Victory Road.
Well, the big news that came out of this was that Ash by Elegance, your women's TNA Knockout Champion, comes out and announces that she can no longer compete or defend the title, and she will relinquish the title, and the new champion will be crowned that night, and it'll be the last 2 people left in the Battle Royal, which turned out to be I can never think of Xia Li's name in TNA.
I can never think of it too.
Xia Li and Kalani Jordan. And everything in me said Xia Li's about to be the fucking champ. I was so excited. And then Kalani Jordan won. And I ain't got nothing against Kalani Jordan. I like her. But why are we putting the TNA Knockouts Championship right back on the NXT wrestler? They just got it from JC Jane.
Let's put a pin on that thought for a second. Let's go backwards because you keep your ear to the street more than I do as far as what's going on with a lot of things inside of the wrestling realm. Because I don't know if I need to get more connected, but I tried to do a little research on what happened to Ashley. Ash Viagra against, like, I couldn't find anything. I didn't do that hard of research, but I did a couple Googles, couldn't find anything. But I hadn't done anything since this past weekend. Have you heard anything on?
The rumors are she's pregnant, but those are just rumors.
I mean, remember we had the rumors for Naomi?
Yeah,
and those ended up being true. So, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, but why wouldn't she just say that if that's what it was? Then I mean, it's her fucking. Whatever it is, it's her business. Like, they don't have to tell us what the fuck's going on. But, yeah, the rumors are she's pregnant, but we don't really know.
Well, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I mean, as far as, like, character work, this is the most interesting she's been since I've been following her when she was Dana Brooke in WWE. So, kind of like the same Naomi situation. Like, when you're finally cooking something, it's an unforeseen type of... I don't want to call a baby a roadblock because, a lot of people look at that as a blessing. But, it's unforeseen circumstances where the momentum kind of gets killed as far as your career goes.
Yeah.
And then what happened with her little group? She had a nice little entourage with Heather Reckless and M.
Yeah, Elegance.
So, like, what happens to
They're
them?
still tag champs, right?
Yeah, they're still tag champs, but with no kind of leader, that kind of maybe puts them in a weird spot, right?
I mean, yeah, they could still remain a tag team and just kind of hold it down for the next year if they got the chops to do it.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they move going forward. But going back to, this whole situation where they just crowned the champion that night, do you think they could have, did a little bit more build-up than just to crown it that same night?
I mean, sometimes you just got to pivot and go a different direction. I'm sure that neither one of those women were supposed to be the ones that won, right? So you just kind of go with the cards you dealt, and then when you get a little bit more time, you can rectify it. But I'm just miffed at the fact that they would agree to put the title back on the NXT wrestler.
So we almost start to sound like broken records when we keep talking about certain topics, but I mean, you got to address again, like I've said before, and people were saying, oh shit, AEW and TNA's relationship was trash because AEW always had the upper hand and always won. But I'm looking at the Spider-Man ring right now and pointing back at each other with this WWE relationship. He put it on Kalani Jordan, and not to knock Kalani Jordan, because we're fans of Kalani Jordan. We talked about her before on the show in a good light, but I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me for her to win this TNA Knockouts Champion out of nowhere. I don't know. And
it's not like...
I could be... Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not like Xia Li and Kalani Jordan were the only two they had to choose from. They had a fucking battle royal for it. Like, you could have picked anybody, and you picked Kalani Jordan, who don't even work there.
Yeah, you don't even go ahead. That would Bianca say. I don't understand. And also, I mean, I may be putting my foot in my mouth when I think we'll probably talk about this earlier. It's supposed to be this like evasion angle, but I don't know. It seems pretty one-sided to me on these TNA and NXT appearances. You had two NXT people fighting for their world title last week, and I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, though, when they did the little people in the crowd, I'm looking at all these people from the TNA side. I'm like, most of these people were NXT people a few years ago or have been in the system. The only original I could think of being in the crowd is a Moose. I think I saw him in the crowd, and that's all I could think about. Oh, Kazarian.
Kazarian was NXT?
He was? Oh, I didn't know he was in NXT.
I could be making that up.
I know he was with SCU.
I could be lying. I don't think he was with NXT.
I think
when he left AEW, he went to NXT for a minute, didn't he?
because I remember his path. He went straight from AEW to NXT because excuse me, AEW to TNA because he was like doing like the part-time thing, little back and forth until he just straight up joined TNA. So if he did NXT stint, it would have been before the AEW stint. But I know like the James Storms and the Bobby Roode were NXT, but you know James Storm did like that little short stint.
Yeah, I know. I saw a picture of that the other day, and I was like, James Storm was in NXT.
Yeah, but I don't know if Kazarian, but I digress. All I'm saying is, it seems pretty one-sided relationship. It's like WWE says to jump to TNA, and they say how high. I mean, I guess are the rumors true? You speculated that WWE probably eventually buy TNA. You think that's probably what it's moving towards? I'm guessing.
It's looking that way.
I don't think that's good for the business. I mean, it's gonna be good for whoever. What's that guy we always see? Silver's Pockets, but
yeah,
I don't think it's good for the business because I think if they buy TNA, I don't think they're gonna keep running it as their own brand because they're gonna have to start paying these salaries. And you know how we talked about TKO, they ain't trying to fork up no extra money for shit. So I think they'll buy up the library and they'll poach some of the talent that they want on NXT and give the rest that they don't care about their future endeavors. So,
you know, you just brought up the money thing. I was reading a quote from Booker T earlier about Jasmine Nix, and it came out that she was making like between $70,000 and $80,000 a year, which is, you know, it's a decent salary. A lot of people would kill for that salary. A lot of people do kill themselves for that salary. Not literally, but, you know, work themselves to death for that kind of money. In the grand scheme of things, for a regular person, that's a really good salary. But you're somebody that's on TV. You had to move to Florida and do this job that's very fucking grueling. And then you see these people getting billion-dollar TV deals and all that, and they only want to pay their NXT talent like $75,000 a year. Like, if you're not doing it for the love of the game, like coming up as a wrestling fan, why would you agree to stay to that? Like, they got her from she was playing what, soccer, modeling and shit. Like, she didn't grow up a wrestling fan. Why would she suffer through that? I don't know. I just think it just shows how greedy these fucking TKO people are, man.
Yeah, you know, TKO's got the same mentality as UFC has had for the past 20 or so years, where you have fighters showing up for 15 and getting 15 if they win, and which is crazy if you put your life on the line. But I digress. As far as like the Jasmine Nix and just the NXT talent in general, I think that should be the minimum if you're like one of these NIL people just coming on to see if you could roll around and have some of the, you know, the skills and whatnot to maybe make it to the next level. I think that should be the minimum for if you're like an NIL signee just training. I think if you make it to NXT roster and the TV, you should be at least making six figures. They got the money to do it. They just are fucking stingy and keep wanting to boost up the profits for the shareholders that are making. And how much money can you have? Like,
right.
I know everybody, that's the goal of making more money, but these people are already rich. Like,
that's fuck. Also, like, to pay somebody a salary that most people would say is like underpaid, and then to tell them you can't go out and make money in other ways or we fire you. Like, what now? Like, what they? I know Mandy Rose is making more than what Jasmine Nix is because she was making main roster money. But like, to then tell her you can't go out and have your own fucking OnlyFans, like, I don't think she was on there like fucking or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was anything like that. But it's behind a paywall. Like, you can't just Google Mandy Rose OnlyFans and find pictures of her if that's what they were worried about. But by the way, they had women all over their shows that have had sex tapes, and Shawn Michaels is in Playgirl. Like, come on, man. They've been fucking hypocritical and cheap.
And even if it's against company policy, okay, we don't want you being nude out there. There's OnlyFans where like just like you're dressed in sexy clothing and whatnot. But I heard they don't let them do that either. And then as far as like other avenues, I think they don't let the people do like their YouTube pages and monetize off that to extent. I don't know what Kofi, not Kofi, Xavier Woods. I know he has his channel, but I'm thinking WWE probably gets a cut of that if you do that. It's just greed all around.
I know they did at one time, but I want to think Zelina Vega has her own stuff because she games.
But then she'd have to quit because they wouldn't let her do it, and she came back eventually.
Oh, I don't remember how the story goes. It all kind of jumbles together, but I don't know. It's just like you're telling people they can't do. You're basically paying people a certain amount and then telling them they can't go make more money. And it's like for Jasmine Nix, you're only going to be the age you are for so long, right? To where you can take advantage of that. You're only going to, who knows how long you're going to be on TV. Look at her now. She's not on TV. So while you're on TV, fucking strike while the iron's hot. Y'all these motherfuckers thirsting all over you on Instagram. Throw those fucking pictures up on OnlyFans. Not her in general. I'm just saying.
I would say, what if she don't want to do that?
Right, which I think is what she said. I think she said she's not doing it because people asked her. But like, to tell people they can't do that if that's what they want to do is crazy to me. All right, well, if I can't do that, pay me more. That's like my job telling me, like, you can't go work the St. Patrick's Day events that you do. Why not? We don't allow you to go making money outside. Okay, well, you should pay me what these people are going to pay me this weekend.
And I get you, but the only one small caveat is like if you're saying they should be able to go and make the money, put the pictures up, and I agree. But if there's a company policy saying that you can't be like nude because of against standards and you got kids out there, and I might agree with them on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if I can't put sexy pictures up of me in bathing suits and bikinis, like why can't I do that? Or feet, like people buy feet pictures and shit. Like why can't I do that?
But also, like, this is the same company that used to promote their female wrestlers being in Playboy. So you can only get naked if y'all get a piece of the money? Because that's what that was about. Like, WWE was getting some of that money. So that's the only time we can get naked is if y'all fucking... get out of here.
That was a different era, though. They eventually stopped doing that.
That's because Playboy went out of business.
But still, and I get it, but they shied away from that in the PG era because we all know Vince got down, and this is a whole new era as well. But I get what you're saying. It does look a little hypocritical if you don't do the research or in between on how they've evolved as a company. But all in all, they're not letting their people get money, and that's bullshit. And as weird as Tony Khan is, and as much flaws as I don't want to say as much flaws, but AEW isn't a perfect company. I'll give him that. Like if he doesn't have a spot for you on TV, he'll let you work the indies and all of that good stuff, so you can make your money.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that.
Another thing that did we finish up on Knockouts Women's Champion?
I mean, kind of to wrap it up though. Like you said, they put it on Kalani. I don't know why they didn't put it on Xia Li. Are they doing this literally as a transitional thing for Bound for Glory? Because it doesn't make sense in my eyes.
It's got to be. I feel like the TNA wrestlers are chirping online, and they rushed the fucking stage the other night on TNA. So clearly they're acting as if they're frustrated. So maybe that's what it is. TNA's just gonna sweep NXT. But now you got the fucking the Hardys and Dark State about to fucking winner take all tag match.
Hey, when we were talking about it last week, when I tell you it was, I think NXT just got on, and we were talking about the title versus title. I'm like, this is gonna end in the schmoz, and lo and behold,
big time.
I went and put it past them to do it again.
I don't know. You can only do that so many times though with a title on the line.
Yeah, but yeah, now that you mentioned it, I think just because they did it so soon, I think they actually will pull the trigger on this, and I won't be surprised if they throw out the naysayers and the people that are chirping online a bone and have the Hardys win. But if the Hardys are WWE guys at heart, so like, what does that? What does it even matter if the Hardys win it? Like, I want to see some TNA originals win it. Let Leon Slater, let him win the NXT North American title. Then I'll start giving them credit. But I don't see that happening.
Speaking of NXT championships, we have a new NXT champion as Ricky Saints defeats Obafemi in a really good match, but a really like, I don't even know if I can say odd, but just a different ending to it. Like, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, and he did his, what kind of DDT did he do? He did a DDT
tornado
finish,
DDT.
Yeah, I like him having like an alternative finish because that Rochambeau, he can't do that to Obafemi.
Shit, no.
So it's good that he has an alternative. I like when you can do a finisher to anybody.
He did technically DDT him 4 times, like once through the table or on the table, then once on the floor. Then they got back in the ring, and Oba kind of got the upper hand. Then he hit him with another one. Then he got the tornado DDT. But it was just like, I was not expecting the match to be over there. But I'm happy Ricky Saints won. Like, I think he's gonna be a good champion.
He needed to win because he kind of fell back. I wouldn't say completely fell back, but he kind of went in the background a little bit. He had the feud with All Ego, and then after that, I know they kind of played like an injury angle at one point, but then he kind of cooled down a little bit, and they heat him right back up. So, you know, the power's in the pencils. But I think he'll be a good champion. I mean, Oba had to eventually lose sometime, and it's a weird part of the year, though. We're in October. You think that they just put him to the main roster at this point, like right away?
I feel like Oba's not the best wrestler in the world, but he's really good. He's really believable. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Like, he does too many moves, and where these little motherfuckers are kicking out of it, and it's like, you're supposed to kill him. But I do feel like Oba losing to somebody so much smaller than him, the way he did it wasn't like a roll up or a slip on a banana peel. He just got beat. That's not a good look for him. I would have been okay with Oba winning and doing something like relinquishing the title and going to the main roster. Or fucking, he could have answered Sami Zayn's open challenge for the U.S. title and smoked Sami Zayn, and then been like, all right, I'm giving up the NXT title to come be the U.S. champion. And then it's off to the races on the main roster. I don't know, just him losing to Ricky Saints. Like, again, I'm happy for Ricky Saints. I love Ricky Saints. But the visual of it, it just didn't work for me.
It's been like a running bit on the show about like a dominant champion, you know, just relinquishing instead of losing the title. When the day it happens, and we're still doing this podcast, we're gonna both take a shot. We both agree to take a shot on that day, because we've been talking about it here and there for like the past 2 years, and it still hasn't happened. So when it happens, we both gonna take a shot.
Samoa Joe did it.
How long was that? 10 years ago?
No, he did it. He did
he did it with the
AEW.
he did it with the ROH. Yeah, he did it with the ROH TV champion. Yes, that's AEW. When WWE
Smart
does
bookers
it,
over there. AEW know what they're doing. They got people with the pencil that know what the fuck's going on over there.
Don't let Tony hear that. Motherfucker jizz in his pants.
I'm just calling it like I see it. Speaking of things that,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but as far as Oba, I don't think it really hurts them, because a lot of people do watch NXT and WWE, but a lot of people don't really pay attention to NXT, like the casual main roster fan. So I think when he does get called up, I don't think that's to be the first thing they'll be thinking of is, oh, you just got pinned by Ricky Saints. But I get what you're saying, but I just think he's just presented as such a badass. When he does go up there, he's just gonna, do what he does. Because didn't Gunther lose to a few people in NXT before he went up?
No, he just lost to Dragunov. That was it.
And look how small that motherfucker is.
Yeah, but they had beef. They had a story.
I don't know. Seems pretty apples to apples comparison as far as like size and stature to me.
I don't think so.
Just because of the story, it changes the
No,
fact that he got beat
Gunther's
up.
smaller than Oba, and Dragunov is probably bigger than Ricky.
I don't know about that. Dragunov probably what? I think Ricky's got some height to him, even though he doesn't got a lot of mass to him. Dragunov is like 5'7" or something like that.
I don't think he's that short, but you could be right.
He just wrestles like a madman. Maybe he doesn't. He wrestles bigger than. So he's a little bit taller. You're right. They got him at 5'10". And how tall is Ricky? Ricky's probably straddling the 6 foot maybe. They got him 6 foot. So it's similar builds. So I think Oba will be fine as long as they have him come up on the main roster and start wrecking shit.
Well, I think he is headed to the main roster, though. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know which brand, but I think he is headed to the main roster. But
SmackDown always needs some depth.
You were talking about things we've been talking about on this show for a while. You said we're going to take a shot when a champion relinquishes the title. If I was drinking throughout the week, I'd say we should take a shot now because your wish has finally come true, EJ. Our boy, Tony Khan, announced this Wednesday that AEW will be crowning new women's tag team champions. How you feeling about it?
I was stoked. I don't get too excited about wrestling, storylines and happenings as far as like the actual show goes, because we've seen it all. You've been watching it for 30 plus years, and I've been watching it for like 20 something odd past years and whatnot. And it's not a lot of times you get first in wrestling, and AEW's been around for 6 years, and they've been, it's been rumors. I think there were rumors at the beginning of the company of them trying to do a AEW tag team event, and for what reason Tony didn't want to do it, and the rumors picked back up like towards the beginning of this year, and people were asking them in press conference, and I heard that the belts were made for a while, but you can never believe what happened on the internet, and lo and behold, when Tony said he had a announcement to make on the pay-per-view, and I'm like, I held my breath for a little bit because we know how Tony Khan announcements have been in the past. We got a random ROH show happening in Bumblesfuck,
Paducah. It'll be in Paducah.
Yeah,
tickets on sale this Tuesday.
Exactly, but the big unveiling this time, he actually delivered, and he revealed the tag team championships were long overdue, and I thought the belts look good. How you feel about the actual visuals of the belt?
I love AEW's men's tag titles, and these are just smaller versions of those. So I think that's dope that they kept it close to what the original titles look like, kind of like with the TNT title.
Man, people were bitching about that though. Like, I mean, a lot of people had that they look good, but like a lot of like the other half were like, it's the same thing as the men's title, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think they look dope.
What do you want them to do? You want them to make them with a fucking pink strap? You want to put a fucking butterfly on it again like the Divas Championship? Shut the fuck up.
I saw some people like arguing about it, like either on Twitter or on Facebook, and somebody responded to it because like it looked the same, and you could tell it was like a what are those like a WWE
trolls.
It's trolls, and because by the picture, and the person responded like, doesn't WWE do the same thing with their women's and men's championship? And I think I checked one back time, the dude never responded back when somebody pointed that out to him. So
yeah, it's just whatever. People just like complaining. I think the belts look good. Honestly,
I think so too.
And in real fighting, like UFC, the men and the women have the same fucking belts.
Yeah, standard across the board. UFC, all the belts look the damn same. All of them look the same in UFC, across the weight classes and the men's and women's. So Yeah, people just want to complain just to complain, but like you said, for the most parts, all of the AEW belts are pretty dope as far as design goes. But
I think the
yeah,
only one I don't like is the women's world title.
like they had like that's the belt that has the most like iterations. Which
I
iteration did you like?
never fucking gotten it right. I haven't liked any of them.
I have to go back and take a look at them, but yeah. But as far as the tag team championships, I thought they were dope, and I've heard that they're gonna do a tournament, but I hadn't seen an official announcement. Is that the route they're going?
I don't think they've made an official announcement, but fucking let's go fucking speculation, EJ. Who's your first tag team to win the titles?
Okay. Well, if I had like, I don't know if you could pull off an 8 tag team. I mean, if you go off to the ROH, get Athena and Billy and the Renegade Twins, you could do an 8-person tournament. But I see them doing
Well, you got
team turn.
TJ, you got Megan Bayne and Penelope. You got well, you can't do Statlander and
Triangle of Madness.
yeah, you got them. You got Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
You could do Willow. You could do Willow and Queen Amanada.
Are they cool? Who's Queen Amidala cool with?
She's cool with like Willow and
Okay. You could do them because Willow and Stat don't, they're not vibing right now. That's 5.
Stat and Harley.
Yeah, even though Stat's the women's champion.
Why not? I'm gonna Stat Gold like Mercedes is doing. You could do like a Mercedes, Odd Fellows couple, whoever she wants to team up with.
I feel like I'm missing a team. And you
Megan
said Athena
Bayne
and
Megan
Billy Starks.
Did you say Megan and Penelope?
Yeah, they were my second team.
I know you could do Deonna Purrazzo and
Oh yeah,
Valkyrie, the Vendetta.
There you go. That's 8 teams right there.
So yeah, you could do that, and then if you want to stretch it out to full gear. But if I were to do a 4-person tournament, I would do Megan. I would do Megan and Penelope, Mina and Tony, the Triangle of Madness, and then I feel like I'm missing. That's 3. Who would I do as the 4 team?
TJ would have to be in it, right?
Oh yeah, TJ. Yeah, TJ. Those 4. Those would be like the 4 prime teams. And
Why wasn't saying
4,
pick a tournament? I was just saying, who do you think is gonna be the first champ?
I was gonna say if they did like wither it down to those 4 teams, who would you pick out of those to be the first champ?
I myself would pick TJ, but I think they're gonna go with Megan Bayne and Penelope. I think you got to put a title on Megan Bayne.
Yeah, you pick who I think would win it, just to start it off with like the badass Amazon that is Megan Bayne, and throw Penelope a little bone because she's like one of the originals of the company.
She is.
And
Day 1-ish.
yeah, one thing I've been hearing is like a reason that Tony may have dropped the women's title so she could win this tag team title. I don't think I want to see Tony win the tag team titles right away.
Who the fuck would? Only Triple H would book somebody to lose the world title to be a fucking tag team champion.
I wouldn't put it past Mr. Khan, but like you said, that is like a downgrade. But if you are trying to get this new division, why not put it on your biggest women's star in the division? So I get it from that standpoint. But
What if it was?
I don't like it.
What if they teamed Tony with Mercedes? Like they had all these teams picked, and the last team was a lottery, right? And the 2 names that got drawn were fucking Tony Storm and Mercedes, and they had to fucking team up. And but I also don't want them to run through everybody and make everybody else seem like shit either, right? Like 2 single stars that don't like each other are still good enough to beat people that have been teaming together for 6 months now.
As far as like storyline intrigue, I'd be intrigued with that just because you see all of the odd things that they do and not being able to get along and whatnot. But if they're gonna do that just for them to run through teams, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't want to see that. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see how this tournament plays out. if they go that route. Because like I said, I haven't seen an official announcement yet.
Well, while we're on the women in championships, it is now official that come WWE Crown Jewel, it will be Stephanie Vaquer taking on one Tiffany Stratton, as Tiffany defeated Jade Cargill and Nia Jax in a triple threat match on Friday. I did not watch this match because I was out drunk, as we talked about earlier. I've seen a bunch of scuttlebutt online about it, though, EJ. I've seen a bunch of shit. People like Mark Henry saying the match was great. And I've seen a bunch of trolls posting that Nia Jax tried to hurt Jade on purpose, and there was a missed kick out or a missed pinfall breakup or something like that that happened. The internet would lead you to believe this was the worst match ever. Mark Henry would lead you to believe that these women killed it. EJ, you tell me your opinion on it.
Yeah, I didn't like the match. It was kind of all over the place. Yeah, that even though Jay did get accidentally busted open, I think that make her look like a badass. Her with the blood and her stepping into it. I thought the match wasn't quite in sync even before the ending of it, and you know it happens. It wasn't the worst match ever, but I heard Mark talking about it on Busted Open, and his co-host Denise Salcedo, she was on my side. Like, she didn't like it either. So I know. I guess it just depends on, you know, different strokes for different folks. Mark is coming from it from, I'm guessing, from a professional standpoint, and maybe the things that happened in the match are things that, you know, he's been through and just chalks it off as just, you know, it being a wrestling game. But as far as a spectator perspective on people that are just watching it from a non-professional eye, and I just thought I didn't think that it flowed as well as it could have, but it wasn't the worst match ever. Like, from you saying, it seems like people were like, "Oh, this is the worst match." No, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't the at the level that these three women could have put on, if that makes sense.
You said we sound like a broken record with certain topics on here, but I feel like this is one of them. Like, it's been time to get the title off Tiffany Stratton. This is the most long, lackluster title reign I could remember since, like, Jinder Mahal. Maybe not that bad, but
yeah.
But like, does anybody really give a fuck that she's a champ? Like, it was cool when she cashed in, and she had that bullshit with Charlotte at WrestleMania, and since then it's just been like, you just been waiting on her to lose the title, and she keeps winning, but she's not getting over as the champ. I liked her in NXT. I'm not too fond of her on the main. I don't know what changed either, but just watching her talk to Stephanie Vaquer, I was just like, ugh. That's, for lack of a better word, like, ew.
Well, you know how I felt about Tiffany. I just think her mic work, it just seems not believable. It seems like she's reading lines. She's improved some, but you know, my other trope is, if the fans are into it, what can I say? If she's over with the fans, but it seems like you said that's kind of weighing down. It doesn't seem like she's getting the amount of fanfare she had when, like, you know, like she said, she cashed in, and you know, a lot of people like shiny new objects, so that's kind of worn off as far as the luster goes. So yeah, it's been way too long. But you know, even before Triple H took over, even the Vince thing, if they like pin it on you that you're gonna be the next person up, they're gonna ride that train until the wheels fall off. And like you said, she hasn't been getting like a lot of blowback as far as fans. You know, like a lot of people in the arenas or online as far as like being tired of it. So they're like, oh, people aren't complaining. We're just gonna keep riding this until the wheels fall off. But that's time. I think that would have been the perfect opportunity to take it off her triple threat match. Like, I don't know. She's just there, and that's not good for your main championship. Yeah, I know you got Stephanie on the other side of things, but still, you want both of the champions to, you know, carry that championship with a certain aura, as the kids would say.
I wonder if they're just like biding their time until Bianca's ready to come back.
Yeah, where's Bianca?
Because she broke her hand, and she hadn't wrestled since then, right? Since WrestleMania?
Yeah, she came back just to do that segment with Naomi, and I hadn't seen her since. That must have been a bad injury, right?
Or she's just taking time off. But I feel like SmackDown's women division needs a draft or a shakeup or something. I feel like all the heavy hitters are on Raw.
Whole roster needs a shakeup. They just skipped it this year for some reason. I don't understand. And they kind of did trades. I think LA Knight going to Raw did a good thing on his end as far as like shaking him up a little bit. But SmackDown, they got what, Sammy and Randy, and like you said, the woman kind of bare. Like, where's Chelsea at?
She's she offered Nia a spot in her cabinet since Piper got hurt.
Oh, Piper got. See, that's another thing. They just lost Piper, and they need some type of shake up. But I know why it's a little bit once lopsided because back in the day, because Raw had that third hour, they would have like 2-1 as far as drafting. But now that Raw is short, like Raw usually only lasts like what 2 hours and some change.
Yep.
Why can't you make the rosters more even now?
I don't know, but I'm loving Raw coming on earlier.
I'm not a fan of that because I usually don't get home till like an hour in. So I heard they're going back to the normal time next week.
Yeah, nice. But there's gonna be a couple times it's gonna be at like 8 a.m. when they go to Australia, I think.
Jeez. Well, I won't be watching that until I get home.
I know the pay-per-view will be at 8 a.m. SmackDown will be recorded, so it'll come on at 8 p.m. Friday. Then the pay-per-view at 8 a.m. Saturday. But then I think Raw is live because Netflix don't give a fuck if you watch it in the morning. You just come home and watch it when you get off work. So I think it'll be live Monday morning. But hell, everybody will be at work.
What about? Is that SmackDown on Netflix? Because they're on Netflix internationally. Is that regular time? Just use a VPN. I don't work on Fridays.
I don't know about that one, brother.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But yeah, these overseas schedules, you never know what time it'll be on.
Shout out to the VPN though. I get fucking SmackDown on Netflix, NXT on Netflix now. I got everything in one spot. Imagine that, WWE. Where I can watch all your programming on one app.
Such a novel idea, right?
Also, I'm kind of pissed off about the VPN thing because I clicked the wrong button. So they charged me everything up front for 2 years.
Oh, shit.
Instead of me paying like $1.99 a month.
Damn.
Yeah. It was only like, I think there was some kind of deal. It was like $64 if you pay up front. So it wasn't a lot, but I was like, damn, I thought I was paying monthly. But now I got a VPN for 2 years.
Well, that's better than $29.99.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Per month. Yeah. But, yeah. WWE, what we say, they're all about that dollar. So
I tell you what, we were talking about them getting eventually shutting all that down. So I have the VPN on my iPad. I don't have it on my TV or my iPhone. And what the hell just happened to you? And okay, there we go. I can't access Twitter on my iPad anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Even if you turn the VPN off?
I hadn't tried to turn the VPN off, but ever since I turned it on, Twitter won't load.
Just cut it off and then use Twitter and then cut it back on.
Well, my point is, fucking TKO's probably going to figure out a way to do that with Netflix.
We talked about that last week. They'll probably figure a way where it's like, I can't remember what I was using. It was like, you turn VPN off in order to use it. I can't remember what app I was using, but they'll probably do that for
But Netflix is a worldwide, like, juggernaut. I don't think they're going to, man, fuck y'all. So what? People are paying for Netflix.
Well, if too many people abuse it, that's I think the route they're going to go. Let's just hope that they don't. Because like you said, it's worldwide, so you got people that travel that may need to use a VPN.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know. Let's just hope they don't get to that point.
look at it like this. They can, if Netflix is seeing that a shitload of people are watching WWE pay-per-views, then WWE can be like, look at y'all's numbers. Like, it doesn't matter where they're watching it from, but when fucking 5 million people are watching our pay-per-view that aren't on the ESPN app, like, the numbers speak for itself. So come contract time,
Yeah, in the long haul it'll work, but in the short term, ESPN will be like, "Where the fuck our numbers at?" Yeah, nah, y'all shut that VPN shit down.
where the fuck you at?
Exactly. So, like in the long term, like you said, when reading up with Netflix, that would work. But like in the short term with ESPN gonna want their return on investment.
I say this, and I'm not saying it anyway to be like hateful or I hope anybody loses their job or anything like that, but I'm so ready for the bottom to fall out on WWE for just being so goddamn greedy.
Yeah, I hope people lose their job, just not the talent, just not the on-air talent.
That was what I meant
Fuck.
by, yeah. I don't give a fuck about the rich people at the top that aren't really doing anything. I just want the wrestlers and shit like that to still have a place to go, but I'm ready for the bottom to fall out. Like, they're too fucking greedy.
Yeah, I'm waiting for all those behind the scene motherfuckers who keep trying to, get every nickel and dime they can from us. I hope all of them lose their job if the bottom falls out for being so greedy. But like I said, I'm hoping the talent is to keep their jobs. But as far as those motherfuckers, fuck them. It's ridiculous, man.
Really is. Last thing we got to before we move into football. I said we had a lot of wrestling to talk about, but we really don't. We had a big return this past Monday on Monday Night Raw. A lot of layers to it. The Usos are taking on the Bronze, and if it's one thing I can't stand, EJ, it's a dumbass babyface, right? We're in a no disqualification match, and I'm fighting motherfuckers that have been cheating the whole beef we've had. They never fight fair. Well, now that we're in a no DQ match, why should I fight fair? Oh, because you're a babyface. You're supposed to uphold the law. Fuck that. That's exactly what Jay, Jimmy, and Roman did last night. Because Roman literally just came out in the middle of the match, beat the shit out of them with a chair, and the Usos pinned them. And I said, I'll be damned. Smart babyfaces. I loved it.
Yeah, for once. And I don't know if they were rumors. I didn't think Roman would be back this soon. I don't know if that was like rumors on the internet. So
I hadn't heard anything.
good job of good job of keeping it like a actual surprise. And you saw how that was like a Stone Cold pop or a Road Warriors pop. Like I hadn't heard that big of a roar in the arena in a while. Roman is over like Rover, and like you said, it's good that they weren't being dumb baby faces. They just beat the shit out of them and got the win. But I don't know. Roman's still being Roman, so he hasn't changed as fans started cheering him. But you could see the sprinkles of dissension between the Usos is Roman slowly turning and Jay on the dark side, even though Roman is technically like still it's an interesting dynamic that I don't know if I've ever witnessed in wrestling. That this guy's over cheered by the fans, but it's turning his cousin to an asshole somehow.
His cousin, who's also over by the fans, and like one of the most popular wrestlers out there, turning him heel, and people still love the guy. Like, it's basically the opposite of when he was a babyface years ago when they were booing him and they were supposed to be cheering him.
Yeah, they're cheering and supposed to be booing him. I don't know. I don't really know where this is going as far as like the Roman and Jay dynamic. I don't know if you kind of penciled it out in your head on what they're going with this.
It seems obvious that Jay's going to turn. But the question is, who's he going to turn on? Who's gonna be the sacrificial? I don't think he's good. I don't think he's getting the world title back anytime soon because Punk and Rollins are fucking with that. But there's just like these little breadcrumbs that they keep leaving, right? Like last night, Roman came in, he helped him, but he really just kind of like ignored Jimmy, and Jimmy was just kind of in the background, just looking like, I don't like where this shit's going. Roman and Jay are sitting there celebrating, talking shit, and then Jay told Jimmy backstage, like, I'd have my world title back right now if I just did what I'm supposed to do. And he goes, my bad. You don't even know what that's like. Like, god damn. And then there was the thing last week with Cody coming in. And if you watch Jay's facial expressions, it was almost like he was like, yeah, Cody, you're right. And as soon as Cody got up and walked away, his whole facial expression changed. He was like, this bitch ass nigga. Like, who the fuck is he? And he was like staring at Cody's belt the whole time he was talking too.
Like you said, little breadcrumbs.
So this is gonna sound crazy. I think he's gonna turn on Cody.
Turn on Cody?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I don't see it. Just, I mean, it could happen, but they're on opposite shows.
It doesn't mean
it'd be a
anything.
little. It doesn't mean anything, but it definitely be a swerve that nobody expects. But I think what they're gonna do is like the low hanging fruit, and they just have him turn on Jimmy. But like we just saw Jimmy turn on Jay 2 years ago, so
We don't want to see that.
like.
Or is he gonna turn on Sammy? I didn't even think about Sammy now. I'm talking about SmackDown. See, that's the thing with the Bloodline. They've touched so many people, right? So if he goes to SmackDown and turns on Cody, he ain't just gonna turn on Cody. Like the Sammy's gonna try to get involved. Solo's gonna try to get involved. There's just a lot of different ways they can go. It's like that fucking family tree they showed in Vegas. Like there's so many fucking branches to the Bloodline. But I want Jay to turn.
Uh-huh.
But are they gonna swerve us and fucking have Roman turn?
And do Roman turn and do what?
Just beat the fuck out of Jay and Jimmy again. Only this time Jay and Jimmy stand up for themselves earlier. I don't know which way they're going, but I'm ready for it.
I don't see that happening. Just because Roman's not there really. But if they do the obvious thing and have Jay turn on Jimmy, like where do they go from there?
Yeah, and then what? Is he gonna put fucking Jimmy on paternity leave?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this is a big tease. We've seen it done before with them teasing turns and not doing it. They did that with the New Day for the longest time, and not until last year they finally pulled the trigger. And they've been doing it with
Judgment Day for
Street
fucking
Profits.
3 years.
Yeah, Judgment Day, Street Profits. Maybe we just don't see a turn because I don't see what that does for Jay at this point. Him turning heel, what does that do for him now?
You turn a babyface heel when the babyface is white hot.
Why? I've heard that trope, but why?
That's when it means the most. You don't turn them heel when they're fucking cooling off. And then it's like you're just turning them heel for the hell of it, and the story doesn't make sense. But like, one of the heel turns that I will always remember, like where I was when it happened and the whole nine, was the Shield. They had just beat Evolution in an elimination match, smoked them 3-0. They were fucking on top of the world, and out of nowhere, Seth Rollins fucking hits him in the back with a chair, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, we were supposed to just run this shit with the Shield. Like, everything is over now. Like, I was hot, like, in fucking disbelief. I was like, I ain't even got a Shield t-shirt. I never got a chance to get merch. Like, that's when you do it. it creates the most opportunity for reaction and feeling and the whole nine. But if the guy's not hot anymore, you know, he fucking cooled all the way off like Tiffany Stratton, right? Like she came on the scene, she was white hot, and now she's not. So you turn her heel now just for the fuck of it. But if you would have turned Jay in the middle of him fucking yeeting in the crowd with Jim, and he turns around and super kicks him down the fucking steps, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
I agree to an extent, but I don't think you should do it when they're white hot, because you still got things to do with them. But when they're like slightly cooling off, that when they're cold, because like you said, like what's the point of doing it when they're cold? But when they're like a little bit has been waning, like all right, what are we gonna do next? You know, the fanfare is not quite there as it was. Then you do it.
I mean,
I don't know. Go ahead.
What else is Jay gonna do though? Like he won the Royal Rumble, he won the world title at WrestleMania. Like he ain't gonna be the main event of WrestleMania, obviously, or he would have this year. So like, turn him now.
Yeah, I mean, and not to knock anything Jay's doing, but he was white hot back in the WrestleMania Royal Rumble season. He's still hot, but he's not white hot like he was. So it'd be a good time to do it. Because I'm trying to think when they did Stone Cold at 17. I can't remember how hot Stone Cold was at the time.
He was hot that night because it was in Texas.
Because I remember looking back at it, hindsight's always 2020. That was not a good heel turn looking back on things, because like the goofy shit he was doing with Kurt Angle and.
Well, he got hurt too. Like his back was broken or whatever. He had broken bones in his back. I think he had a knee injury also. So like he couldn't wrestle. He just had to stay on TV as the champ. But you're right. That heel turn was fucking trash. Like you expected it to be a lot more violent than it was with who he was. But yeah.
Yeah, and then Stone Cold and McMahon, like you said, it is shocking, but it didn't really make sense. It's like, shit, Darth Vader and whoever tearing up Luke Skywalker, but they were son and father, so that's a bad example. You know, whoever villain, Lex Luthor and Superman teaming up together, like
Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, father and son.
Come on, man. Maybe not, you don't. I guess you don't watch Star Wars.
I feel like I've watched all of them.
Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader. Yeah, he's Luke and Leia's dad.
No, Layla's daddy was fucking what's his name? That big sloppy motherfucker that had her chained up to the bed.
Jabba the Hutt.
That was her dad. He wearing her ass out.
But yeah, like that's Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. Yeah, man, that's a terrible visual to think about.
Hey, every time I think about that, I just remember her face when Luke showed up. She's like, "What are you doing here? Like, do I look like I'm in danger?" She wasn't like screaming for help or nothing. She's just asleep at the foot of the bed. He's in there tearing that ass up. She was enjoying herself.
I don't even think he had a what do you call it, a penis, a phallus or whatever. I don't think he had the anatomy.
He had something. Princess Leia did not want to leave. I know that much. You don't believe me? Go back and watch this scene where Luke showed up. She did not want to leave. She's like, "Get out of here! Save yourself."
I'll take your word for it. But yeah, but as far as Jay goes, I mean, looking at it from this perspective though, you do a heel run with him, then that's a good way to get the title back on him. He just is a fucking low down dirty heel, and no yeeting this time. I'm just running through y'all motherfuckers as the champion. Fuck all this fanfare. Y'all wanted to take the title off me so soon and whatnot. You know how he could flip it around in his head. Heels always have a way to, make sense, but
tell the truth. I was trying to fucking help everybody else. Nobody wanted to help me. Next thing you know, I'm wrestling a tag match one day and I got to fight Gunther the next day and my ribs are fucked up. All because I came out there to help Cody.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it, though.
All because you motherfuckers making me do one more time every time I come out here. I'm out of breath. I can't even fucking breathe. How am I supposed to wrestle?
I know. I think it was overseas that started that shit too. Like, motherfucker, gotta
No,
be greedy.
it was Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cleveland, Ohio,
course.
the night after the Royal Rumble.
It's the same city that overpaid Deshaun Watson. So what do you expect?
Well, that's all I got on wrestling this week, EJ.
One more thing.
Let's
They
do it.
they announced Cena and AJ Styles for Crown Jewel. I'm not mad at that. I mean, you had a little rivalry. It's always a bunch of discourse online as far as this Cena retirement tour. I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm just... I don't like the way they're booking the Cena thing. I feel bad for Cena fans. Like we talked about last week, I got a text message that said they appreciated what I was saying about how Cena and Cena fans are kind of getting fucked over by paying all that money for WrestlePalooza, and it's just not good. It's the opposite of Sting's farewell tour.
I mean, it could be better, but it is what it is at this point. What I am annoyed about are all the talking heads about like fantasy booking, how this ends, because I keep hearing it over and over again every week on like the podcasts and shows that I'm watching or listening to or whatnot, and I'm like, all right, even though it hasn't been good at this point, why are we fantasy booking like on every show? And y'all could be talking about other topics in wrestling that are actually going on right now, and this is like, it seems like filler. Like, I'm tired of hearing about how you want to fantasy book his last opponents. Talk about other shit right now. Like,
Right.
I'm just over it. It's just annoying. It is what it is. Just let it play out at this point.
Yeah. I don't know who his last opponent's going to be. I've tried to think about it, but also, like, it should be whoever he wants it to be.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about speculating on it. Just let it play out, because clearly they already have something planned out and what they wanted to end.
I wouldn't say that now. Now you're going a little far talking about they've got something planned out. This shit looks like they have changed courses like 4 times throughout his retirement tour.
Yeah, well, they haven't had it planned out the whole time, but it's getting close to the end. Whoever his opponent is going to be, they might make an audible. Who knows? But they probably are. They probably know who they probably want to end it with. Maybe the in between shit they don't know. But I just don't care about hearing about it on everything I listening to. Like, all these other shit going on. You got other companies you could talk about. You got other things in the same company you could talk about. But you spending 30 to 40 minutes talking about his last opponent. Like, I don't give a fuck.
You know who his last opponent should be? Alex
Who's that?
Riley.
I don't even know who that is.
He used to be the Miz's homeboy when the Miz was champ, and apparently him and Cena hated each other, and he said Cena got him fired.
Shit, yeah, fuck it. We shooting, just do some shoot behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, let's turn his last match into a real fucking fight. Let's see if he's about that life.
If Cena did that, he's kind of a dirtbag if he did that.
I don't know how true it is. You know how people are when they get fired. They blame everybody but themselves.
Well, if he's making that shit up, then shame on him. But if Cena was the reason, then
Or
he's not such a good guy.
he could fight Kenny from the Spirit Squad.
He got him fired too.
I don't know if I should talk about this because, you know, she's a friend of the show, but there's rumors about Cena and a certain soon-to-be TNA Knockouts Hall of Famer and Kenny from the Spirit Squad. I don't know how real it was, but I remember the rumors back then.
I've heard about Cena and a certain Hall of Famer, but I didn't know how Kenny played into the whole situation.
They were a couple.
Oh, damn. He got his chick snatched from him, didn't he? Hey,
Like a
that's how
chain.
you gotta chalk that up to the game and just keep it moving.
Yeah, he chopped it up to the game. Already got his ass fired.
Man.
Took his girl and his job.
Hey, game is to be told, not sold. Why you on the internet bitching about it?
I mean, I think you'd be upset too if that happened to you.
Yeah.
The main guy at your job took your woman from you, and then was like, "I don't think that guy needs to work here anymore," and then got you fired just to make it less uncomfortable for him. Like, goddamn, show me in life that I ain't shit.
You would only close friends would know behind the scene. I would never turn on the camera and talk about that. That's like the opposite of what I do. Like, why would I put that out there and make myself like a sucker?
Cena had to get these hands. If you're gonna fire me anyway, he gonna have to see me.
Yeah. So
I might not be able to see him, but he gonna see me.
yeah.
That's just reckless speculation, though. That's only rumor and innuendo, what they say. I don't know how true any of that is, but apparently Cena's kind of a dick backstage, so let him, bring The Rock back. Play that promo of Cena, like, calling him out for writing shit on his hand and how mad The Rock was wanting to fight Cena then. Let the motherfuckers fight for real.
That'd be interesting to see who could actually really fight. Both of them, all that muscle.
The Rock is Samoan.
True.
If you read his book, he grew up fighting his ass off.
Oh yeah, I didn't read the book. Was it good?
That book is like fucking 30 years old. But then again, The Rock's a fucking habitual liar, so who knows how much of that shit is true.
I fought 10 people all at once.
Wonder how many men it'll take to beat up a gorilla? 1. The Rock. Because I did it in 10th grade. Shut the fuck up.
Shit.
I had $7 in my pocket and rolled up on a gorilla.
Sounds about right. Oh, man.
$7. This fucking guy.
I heard that story. But
I'm sure you have. That's all he fucking tells.
Isn't that what he named his company?
Yeah, he tells that story everywhere he goes. At one point, I had $7 in my pocket. And that's when I decided to turn my life around. Must be nice. What happens when I have $7 in my pocket? Not a goddamn thing.
Shit, I'm down bad. Man, shit, he's capping. He's capping about that.
Hell yeah, you can't even go to In-N-Out, Whataburger, none of that shit.
And I know his dad had ups and downs in his career, but I'm sure he probably had some type of little trust on the side where he could have tapped into that he ain't mentioned.
He has something on the side, all right.
I don't even know what that innuendo means.
That's just more reckless speculation. Recky specky.
Shit. Yeah.
We'll
leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
We're just throwing Rocky Johnson rolling over in his grave while you talking bad about him, EJ.
I ain't say shit about Rocky Johnson. You insinuated that.
This is what happens when I'm sober. Drunk me, I have a filter. Sober me has no filter. Just start talking about people.
Yeah, man. Well, I like to see what happens when you're not sober. I guess maybe the opposite happens. You have a filter.
Do you have a street clothes wrestler of the week?
I don't, but I think I know where you're going. Maybe it'll be the first time we have the same one. Lyra, I think Lyra might be yours.
Might be. Shit, yeah, Lyra Valkyrie. And you have to put this on TikTok too. You gotta show that fit she was wearing. That is that's a good looking woman.
I'll go with Lyra too. If you like it, I love it.
This man just said, to Lyra? Stop it, EJ.
She can wrestle. I don't, I'm a red-blooded male, but you know, I like to judge these women on the merits of their wrestling. But
We ain't judging about wrestling. We're talking about street clothes wrestler of the week right now. This has nothing to do with wrestling.
If they got a nice outfit, of course, but I can't remember what she. I do remember what she had on. It was a nice outfit, but if I'm looking from her on outside of a wrestling aspect, she's a pretty girl, but you know, I would say I'm no Denzel Washington, but it's just, I mean, it's not my cup of tea as far as like people that I would go towards dating, but she's a pretty woman.
Why are you making it so deep, EJ? We're not asking you to date her. We're just talking about street clothes wrestler of the week.
Oh, but you're like, she's a good looking woman. Yeah, she's cute. She's giving me like little girl vibes for some reason.
Little girl vibes.
Yeah, not like in an R. Kelly way, but like a college girl way. Like Roxanne was giving me for the longest, and Roxanne's finally kind of shaking that for me a little bit.
Whoa.
Maybe it's the makeup. Maybe it's the makeup that's doing it.
Right, Jason Aldean.
I know a country singer. What is he?
Doesn't he sing that song? Country Girl Shake It For Me.
Oh, Country Girl Shake It.
Ain't that who that is? Did I get that right?
Yeah, that is him.
Goddamn.
No,
right.
no. That's Luke. That's Luke. Luke.
Never mind. Fuck. I gotta give back my white card. I just got that motherfucker. Luke Bryan.
Yeah, Luke. It's Luke Bryan. Even I know that. I had a stint where my fucking law school friends forced me to listen to country.
No, is that what happened?
Luke Bryan.
What's wrong with country music?
I'm like, maybe I'm a country fan now. Like the 3 years I was there, I had a whole country playlist, and I rarely go to that playlist anymore. Like, damn.
What was all on it?
Jason Aldean, like you said, Luke Bryan, Toby Keith, little Keith Urban, all of that stuff.
Beer for My Horses and
Florida Georgia Line, all of that.
I think I can name songs from all the people you just did. Keith Urban. I was about to do Brad Paisley. I don't think I know a Keith Urban song.
Yeah, and then what's the kid's name?
The one, the one grand opening, grand closing.
Oh no, not the one that said the N word. It's a half black kid. The half black kid.
Oh, there's a half black country singer.
Yeah, you know him. He's got him. He's got a bunch of popular songs.
Oh, he sings. He's newer, right?
Yeah, it's Kane Brown. That's the guy's name.
That's
Kane
not
Brown.
What I'm thinking of. There's a new black dude, country music guy.
I mean, it's Shabuzi. He's just straight up black.
That's his name.
He's just straight up black. Yeah, Kane Brown was on. Yeah, so, but yeah, after I left Jacksonville, like I didn't keep up with it.
What about Beyonce? Did you have any Beyonce on there?
I don't know why they got people in a tiff. She's not real country. Hey, they nominated her, so fuck y'all. It's country.
'Cause she's Beyonce, so they were gonna hate on her.
Yeah.
They were basically saying she's too black to be country.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck the critics. Hope she plasters that CMA award she win, or did she win one? I don't know. Whatever award she wins for country, I'm all for it.
Country Music Awards used to be my shit. I used to love award shows.
Nobody watches award shows anymore.
No, but I used to love the fucking VMAs, the Country Music Awards, the BET Awards, like any award show back then. I would watch all that shit. The performances were always good, and seeing them people interact, that was always fun to me.
VMAs used to be my shit. I hadn't remember the last time I watched the VMA.
Do they still even do the VMAs? Yeah,
I think this year they even had it on air on CBS, which is crazy to me. So you know they're trying to get viewers if they have it on network TV. But my black ass still didn't watch it, so.
Let's get to these NFL picks and get up out of here, EJ. Time's getting away from us.
NFL picks. So last week, we both did both did pretty average last week. We pretty much evened out on we did like 5 different games and it was pretty much evened out. I went 8. Well, I'm counting wrong. Yeah, I went 8-7, and you went 7-8. So it's pretty much even. What puts us on the year to date? 42-21 for me, and 33-30 for you. So. Yeah,
33-30.
Yeah, 33-30.
I'm at almost 500 in this.
Yeah, over 500. That's a good thing.
Not really.
What's that?
Not really.
Yeah, it's 2 teams that play, so it's 50-50 pick. So you've picked more than what you haven't picked. And I threw out the Cowboys game, the Cowboys and Eagles, Cowboys and Packers game, because we both picked the Packers, but neither team won and neither team lost. So I just threw out.
I feel like the Cowboys won.
I mean, 1 second, that was a boneheaded play by Jordan Love, and 1 second saved them. But
should have cost them.
It is what it.
That's the kind of luck teams have, though, that the Cowboys never have, because that's the Cowboys. That time definitely runs off. Like the ball, instead of the ball hitting the ground, it goes up in the air and like twirls around for a whole second, and then it hits the ground. But for the Packers, there's a second left.
That was a crazy ass game, though. Dak was cooking.
Dak's been cooking all year, man. If they can win 10 games, I feel like he should be in the MVP race if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
It sucks that the years that he's not injured and cooks, like he never has a fucking defense.
Yeah.
And I put that on the GM, and it is what it is. I've already been on record. I don't think the Cowboys win anything as long as Jerry is alive in the GM, because he's not going to ever step down.
That sucks because you got all these guys that are just wasting their career. Like right now, Dak is as good as he's ever going to be, probably. And all he needs is like a middle of the road defense, and they can fucking win. Their offense is good. He's fucking playing quarterback like you're fucking supposed to. Like, if you listen to like even Matt Ryan, I was listening to Matt Ryan the other day on TV. He's just like fucking jizzing on himself over Dak and how good Dak is playing. Tom Brady does the same fucking thing. Like, he just plays quarterback now. He's not athletic as he used to be, so he's old enough to recognize everything and manipulate everything, and he can still make every throw. Like, he's got like 3 good years left. Jerry gotta fucking do something, man. Because pretty soon you're gonna be starting over with a brand new quarterback and have to start from scratch again. Because Dak didn't start out this good.
Well, I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say, because I don't want that karma going back on me. But we got to do something as far as the defense.
You trying to take him out?
Hey man. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
You mean like cheering for the Cowboys?
That too. So you can call us crazy, but as far as Gary being the GM, like you don't have that many years on this planet, so it seems like he's just putting profit over actually trying to build a contender. Yeah. How much money you gonna take in the afterlife with you? Don't you want to win one before you go?
Setting up his family to be rich. His grandkids, they gonna have money.
Yeah, but I get it, but you're not gonna be around, so why not try to win?
He already won.
I don't want to get too far from it. Yeah, he won in the fucking before I could grow pubes back in the early 90s.
I feel like if he wouldn't have had those 3 championships, he probably would be going at his way to win right now. But he's already had the feeling of winning, so he's just like, let's put a team out there just good enough to be relevant. And if we get lucky, we get lucky. But I ain't actually trying to fucking win.
Well, if he's content, like I still got a lot of years in front of me. If that's how he wants to go out, it is what it is. It is what it is. But let's get to these games, Rucker. Thursday Night Football. This is actually a good one. 49ers going to Rams. L.A.
I got the Rams.
I have the Rams as well. I feel like low key, Stafford's been balling out too.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, Vikings traveling to the Browns. This is interesting because didn't the Browns win? Oh, they beat the Packers unexpectedly, but then they lost again last week. So who knows what Browns come out? I'll take Minnesota in this one.
Yeah, I think I'll take the Vikings also.
Raiders traveling to Indianapolis to face the Colts and Indiana Jones.
Give me fucking Danny Dimes. Till he stops balling, they gonna keep balling.
How you talk about the Cowboys? How incompetent is the Browns organization? Like every time a quarterback leaves there, they end up having like a second win on their career. That's just like literally. People joke about it, but it literally is a graveyard for quarterbacks. Just poorly ran. And then I was looking at Deshaun Watson's numbers before he got there. I'm like, this motherfucker was balling.
Yeah, that's why they gave him all that money, because they thought that's what they were getting.
It's a Browns thing, but hey, whatever. It ain't my team. Giants traveling to New Orleans to face the Saints.
I got the Saints. I don't believe in Jackson Dart.
Yeah, man. My boy Spencer Rattler, he's been putting in a lose-lose situation. Like, he hasn't been playing bad. He's just on a bad team. They gotta win. They gotta win sometime. So I think I'll go Saints too. Our Cowboys traveling to East Rutherford to face the lowly New York Jets. I'm going Cowboys all the way in this one.
I got the Cowboys also. You know they're gonna be wearing them white Arctic uniforms this weekend.
Like, I don't get what the NFL does with the uniforms nowadays. It used to be like the home teams wear dark colors and the other team wears like the white. But like even looking at this past game, like Cowboys were wearing white jerseys. I don't understand.
Cowboys always wear white at home.
I could have swore they wore blue at home.
No, they're one of the only. So way back in the day, the former owner of the Cowboys, he started doing this. He said he wants the home team of the Cowboys to get to see more than one uniform. So if the Cowboys wore blue, everybody else would wear white, and it would look the same every week. So he made the Cowboys wear white at home, and then the other teams would wear their road or their home jerseys. Which made sense.
He said so he make the Cowboys wear white and the other team wear their home jerseys.
Yeah, home jerseys in the NFL are the colored jerseys.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Cowboys were the only team that were wearing white at home for the longest time. And then the other people started doing it too. And then it became, people started hating on the Cowboys because the white look became like how they were. So people would make them wear blue when they go to Washington. Washington would always make them wear blue.
Well, I mean, if they're wearing white at home, why not wear the blue at away though?
Because the iconic look of the Cowboys is always in white. Like, do you think of any Cowboys highlights that were like important? They're always wearing white. They rarely wearing blue.
But you can't just wear your white jerseys every home and away though.
Why not?
I don't blame the other team. I mean,
you can so again, how it was set up is home teams usually wear their colored jerseys. So when you go to somebody else's home, they're going to wear their colored jerseys. You're going to wear white. But then when you're at home, you're also wearing white. So your fans can see everybody else's jerseys. And they get to see you in white because that's your favorite look. So technically you can. Anyway, point is they're wearing Arctic colors this week. But you know who's got some smooth fucking uniforms they're wearing this week? The Buffalo Bills. Oh my God. Those uniforms look so dope. Wait till you see them.
I have to check that out. But Denver traveling to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. I got the Eagles.
Yeah, I got the Eagles too. They're just gonna keep fucking winning, even though their quarterback sucks and they should have lost like at least 2 games already this year, but they'll just keep winning.
Dolphins traveling to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina to be exact, to face the Panthers.
I kind of want to pick the Panthers. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Panthers. No, I'm not. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins.
I'm going with the Panthers in this one. Texans, which is they're kind of underperforming, and another team that's underperforming who they're going to face are the Baltimore Ravens.
Is Lamar gonna be back?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I was trying to do research earlier, but I didn't have enough time. I don't know if Lamar Jackson's status. He had a hamstring, I want to say.
Yeah, I think they'll still
God,
win regardless.
He's out. He's out. He could miss 2 to 3 weeks, according to the Google machine. They say could though.
It's doing wonders for my fantasy team
That's what your quarterback is.
in every league.
Damn.
I got Dak as a backup in one league, and I got Stafford as a backup. In my fucking Carl league that we got all this week, I lost Malik Neighbors for the whole year, Tyreek Hill for the whole year, and Lamar pulled his hamstring, and I'm 0-4. So it's safe to say I ain't going to win that league.
Damn. But you still sticking with the Ravens in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me Texans. I won't be surprised if the Ravens win though, but just to shake shit up a little bit. I'll go with the Texans. Titans traveling to Phoenix to face the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yep, I got Cardinals. Bucks traveling to Seattle to face the Seahawks. I'll go Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Bucks also, but I think this will be a close game. This is one I wouldn't bet on.
This one I don't see being a close game. Detroit traveling to Cincinnati to face the Bengals.
Oh, Cincinnati in trouble. Give me Detroit.
I got Detroit as well. This one, I don't know who to go with. Commanders are traveling to LA to face the Chargers. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be back.
And Terry McLaurin.
This will be interesting.
The Chargers just lost to the fucking Giants, though. They're not going to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, I was about to say, give me LA.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers.
Pats traveling to Bills. I think this might be a little closer than people think it may be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going Bills by a field goal, even though they're favored by more than a touchdown.
I'm going Bills also.
I'm curious to see what you pick on this one. Chiefs going to Jacksonville, a team you've been picking a lot lately, and they've been winning. They're 3-1.
I'll go Chiefs.
Really? Over Jacksonville?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Tony Khan will be disappointed you pick against his team.
That's my dog, though. He'll forgive me.
Should I go Jags? Nah, fuck that. I'm going Chiefs. Yep, that's it. We got 4 teams. This is the bye week. I feel like the bye weeks came quick this year. I know we're about a quarter into the season, which is crazy. But Falcons, Bears, Packers, and Seahawks are all on bye.
Steelers are too, aren't they?
What's that?
Aren't the Steelers on bye week this week too?
Yeah, that's why I said Falcons, Bears, Packers, and Steelers.
Oh, I thought you said Seahawks.
I might have accidentally. It's Steelers.
Well, EJ, that's all we got this week, man. You got anything else?
Nah, that's all I got this week. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms, YouTube, all that good stuff.
I'd like to dedicate this show to Hillary Duff, who just had a birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Hillary Duff.
If she was a wrestler, she'd definitely win Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week a lot. She give Liv Morgan a run for her money.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it.
For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Please tune in next week. Share us, like us, follow us, the whole nine. Until then, peace.